The story begins approximately 800 years ago in a desolate village. Rain cascades over the thatched roofs and muddy paths as a group of cruel men surrounds a defenseless child. In this forgotten era, strength was the only law, and mercy was a concept rarely practiced by the strong.
Take this, you little brat. You thought you could just walk away after what you did? We are going to teach you a lesson that you will never forget in your miserable life. There is no one coming to save a worthless piece of trash like you in this rain.
Please, I beg of you, just leave me alone. I haven't done anything to deserve this treatment. Why must you be so cruel? I only want to live my life in peace, far away from the violence and the hatred that seems to consume everyone in this village.
What seems to be the problem here, gentlemen? Is it common practice in this village for grown men to find sport in beating a child who cannot even lift a sword? It is a pathetic sight to behold, and frankly, it is starting to ruin my walk.
Who do you think you are, interfering in our business? You look like a traveler who has lost his way. If you don't turn around and leave right now, we will make sure that you join this brat in the mud. Don't test us, old man, or else.
I offered you a chance to walk away, but it seems you prefer the path of violence. It is a shame that your lives will end in such a dreary place. One should always choose their battles more carefully when facing someone who has forgotten more than you will ever know.
That was incredible! I have never seen anyone move like that before. You defeated them all in the blink of an eye. Please, sir, I am begging you to teach me. I want to be strong like you so that I never have to be afraid ever again.
You want to learn how to use a sword? Why would you want to walk a path filled with blood and misery? The sword is not a toy, child. It is a tool for killing. And once you start down this road, there is no turning back to innocence.
32 years passed in what felt like a heartbeat. The boy grew into a man under the harsh tutelage of his master. In a small cabin deep within the mountains, the student prepared to face the reality of his own lack of talent compared to his mentor.
I know that I am not naturally gifted with the blade. I have spent decades trying to mimic your movements, but I still feel like a novice. This rusted iron is all I have, and I don't know if I can ever truly master the art you taught me.
Talent is a curse that makes people lazy, Jinbei. You have something far more valuable: persistence. If the world is a living hell for the weak, then you must become a demon of effort. Do not worry about the quality of the iron. Worry about the soul.
I finally understand. It was never about the sword itself, but about the will to overcome my own limitations. I will keep training until my body breaks, or until I find the strength I seek. Thank you for everything you have given me, Master. I am ready.
Back in the present, the battlefield is a chaotic landscape of dust and debris. The power being unleashed by the combatants is enough to level the entire palace. Jinbei stands at the center of the storm, his eyes glowing with an intensity that speaks of centuries of training.
You have grown strong, my student. Even the curse of Corinne cannot stop you now. But you must remember that even an immortal has limits. If you continue to push your body like this, you might find that there is a price even you cannot afford to pay.
I am well aware of the risks, but I cannot afford to hold back anymore. My friends are counting on me, and I will not let them down. Even if I have to burn through my very life force, I will see this through to the very end today. Liberation instantanea. X9. I will show you the ultimate form of the techniques you taught me. This is the culmination of 800 years of practice and refinement. I have surpassed the limits of a human and entered the realm of the gods themselves with this strike.
The invincibility timer begins its rapid countdown. For 2.08 seconds, Jinbei is immune to all attacks, a spectral force of nature that cannot be touched or harmed. He moves with a speed that defies the laws of physics, his multiple forms striking from every possible angle at once.
I still have 1.58 seconds of absolute invincibility remaining. In this brief window of time, I can end this conflict. I will not waste a single millisecond. Watch as I tear through your defenses and reclaim the peace we lost so long ago.
The palace is rocked by a series of explosions as Jinbei's clones detonate their energy. The speed is so immense that the air itself begins to crackle with electricity. The defenders can barely track his movement as he teleports through the space, leaving only destruction in his wake.
Jinbei-san, he's using the Shichijuro technique to teleport himself through the spirits of light. It's a high-level art that only a master of his caliber could even attempt. He's putting everything on the line to give us an opening. We can't let his effort go to waste.
Is he really going that far? To use the light spirits as a medium for teleportation? The strain on his physical vessel must be immense. Even for an immortal, that level of spatial distortion is incredibly dangerous. We have to back him up before his invincibility runs out completely.
He is an artificial spirit of light created from the pure blood of Baal. He is truly special, a unique existence that defies common logic. Even I, as a necromancer, find his power to be unsettling and beautiful at the same time. He is a true master.
The battles between immortals are usually long and tedious, but you have managed to make this one quite entertaining. However, you are running low on energy, and your movements are becoming predictable. Even the fastest light must eventually fade into the darkness of the night.
Predictable? You haven't seen anything yet. We are UQ Holder, and we don't know the meaning of the word limit. I'm going to hit you with everything I've got, and then I'm going to hit you again until you stay down for good this time.
The clash of blades creates shockwaves that shatter the stone floor. The two warriors are a blur of motion, their silhouettes illuminated by the flickering light of the spirits. It is a dance of death played out on the rooftop of the world, with the fate of many hanging.
He moves at the speed of light. No, he has become light itself. How can we possibly hope to counter someone who has transcended the physical realm to such an extent? I have to find a way to ground him, to force him back into a body that can bleed.
If you were truly immortal, you might have survived that last exchange. But you are just a collection of memories and energy held together by a fragile will. It is time for this joke to end. I will show you what true power looks like when it's unleashed.
Take my sword, Tota. It has been my companion for centuries, and it carries the weight of my resolve. Use it to strike him down while I hold his attention. This is our only chance to win this fight and save others from this nightmare.
No thanks, I'll pass on the sword. I've realized that I'm much better off fighting unarmed, using the Qigong techniques I've been practicing. I don't need a blade to win this. I just need my own strength and the will to keep moving forward no matter what.
You truly are a reckless kid, aren't you? Fine, have it your way. Let's show him what happens when the next generation takes over. We will combine our strength and break through his defenses together. Are you ready for the final push, Tota? Let's go.
The battlefield is a landscape of jagged rock and swirling dust, where Tota Konoe stands in his monstrous evolution. The air hums with a lethal energy as the UQ Holder members gather their strength, facing a foe whose power transcends the understanding of mortal men and ancient mages alike.
Tell me, Tota, what is it that you truly desire in this moment of crisis? Do you think that your crude transformation and your ragtag group of immortals can actually stand against the inevitable tide of destruction that is coming to consume every living soul on this dying planet?
The team is assembled, and despite the odds, they represent the Dark Gospel's final stand against total oblivion. It will be a difficult path to destroy them completely, for their resolve is forged in a history that stretches back further than even I care to remember in my dreams.
I don't care about your ancient logic or your predictions of doom, Nikaites. We are here to win, and if that means I have to tear through every dimension you hide in, then that is exactly what I will do until there is nothing left of your dark influence. You think you can just stand there and look down on us? I am coming for you with everything I have. Every ounce of my immortal soul is poured into this strike, and I won't stop until I see you broken and defeated on this very ground we stand on.
I knew you would try something as predictable and foolish as a direct frontal assault. Your movements are loud, clumsy, and entirely lack the refinement required to even touch a being of my stature. You are merely a child playing with powers you do not fully understand.
The scale of the conflict expands as titanic shadows loom in the background, signaling the arrival of forces beyond human comprehension. The very sky seems to scream as the immortals prepare to clash, knowing that the outcome of this single battle will echo through the next 12 millennia.
Keep talking, you arrogant piece of trash. My friends are right here with me, and we have more than just power on our side. We have the will to live, and the desire to see a tomorrow that doesn't include your nihilistic vision of a graveyard world.
A massive shockwave ripples through the earth as Tota is sent skidding backward, his heavy claws digging into the stone to arrest his momentum. The sheer force of the exchange is enough to level buildings, yet the two combatants remain focused only on the destruction of the other.
With your minuscule amount of experience and your fragile mental state, I could blow you away with nothing more than a minor breath. You are a poorly made copy, a false idol standing in the presence of a true master of the immortal arts and the ancient blood. Why do you even bother to continue this struggle? You are a piece of trash, a mistake of nature that should have never been allowed to exist in the first place. Tell me, do you have any last thoughts before I erase your very essence from this world?
I'm not going anywhere. You might think I'm a failure, but I've been taught the secrets of immortality by people far better than you will ever be. I've got plenty of thoughts, and most of them involve punching that smug look right off of your face.
A flurry of blows descends like a hammer upon an anvil, each strike carrying the weight of a mountain. Tota refuses to back down, matching the speed of the pure-blood vampire with a raw, unbridled ferocity that begins to crack the composure of the ancient being facing him now.
I suppose you think you are special because you have survived for a few years. I have lived through 12,000 years of history, watching empires rise and fall, while you were nothing more than a dream in the mind of a lesser man. You are a cheat.
12,000 years? That just means you've had 12,000 years to get bored and bitter. I may be new to this, but I'm living every second like it's my last, and that's why I'm going to be the one who stands over you today.
You used a pawn to lower my guard? How dare a little worm like you attempt such a low-level trick against me? You have no dignity, no pride in your strength, and certainly no right to call yourself a warrior in this or any other age.
Dignity? Pride? Those are just words you use to make yourself feel better about being a monster. I'll use every trick in the book if it means saving the people I care about. That's the difference between us. I actually have something worth fighting for.
Humanity is nothing but a collection of cliches and repetitive lamentations. They are insignificant mortals who feel better by pretending they are something more than they are. I am tired of hearing your excuses for their weakness and your own pathetic attachment to them.
You're wrong. You haven't been listening at all. We can't trust the future to a bunch of grumbling old monsters like you. I've seen the heart of humanity, and it's full of more courage than you'll ever have in your long, lonely, miserable existence.
You think you are so big and powerful, but your mind is even smaller than I originally thought. You are a tiny, insignificant speck in the grand design of the universe, and I am going to crush you until there is nothing left but dust and echoes.
The two forces collide in a spectacular explosion of light and sound, a literal battle of titans that threatens to tear the fabric of reality apart. Neither side is willing to yield even an inch of ground, their fists meeting in a stalemate of pure, unadulterated power.
Admit it, you were actually going to try and trigger the Baal technique, weren't you? For a moment, you almost had me worried, but you are still just a novice who can't even maintain his own form under the pressure of a real combat situation like this.
He was taking his time because he was busy fixing the score with the fate Avarunkus. It's not that he dislikes the idea of making humanity immortal, it's just that he's carrying a burden that would crush anyone else. Don't worry, Tota. You're doing exactly what's needed.
I'll take care of him myself. You guys just focus on the rest of them. This guy thinks he knows everything about us, but he's just a lonely bookworm who spent too much time reading stories instead of living his own life. It's time for a wake-up call.
I bet you actually like humans, don't you? It's so obvious because you've spent all your time reading their novels and their books. You're obsessed with their stories of suffering, sadness, and joy because you're too afraid to admit that you want to be part of it.
Shut up. Just shut your mouth. You know nothing of my interests or my motivations. I read those books to understand the enemy, not because I have any sympathy for their pathetic, short-lived lives. I'll kill you for even suggesting such a ridiculous and insulting idea.
You want to see humans stay as they are because you love the drama. You want the Baal and Ialda to see a world full of floating humanity because that's what's in fashion in those books of yours. You're just a big fanboy of the human race. In that case, I'm staying right here by your side until you admit it. We're going to be friends whether you like it or not, and I'm going to keep punching you until you stop being such a stubborn old vampire and start acting like you care.
You idiot! We are not friends, and we never will be. I will find a way to destroy you and everything you stand for, even if it takes me another 12,000 years. You are the most annoying creature I have ever had the misfortune of meeting.
Look at them. They really are just like children. No matter how much power they possess, it always comes down to this simple, primal struggle. It seems I won't have to worry about my followers being outmatched today, as they have found their own rhythm.
We're not gonna let Tata have all the fun. It's time to show these clones what the real UQ holder is capable of. Let's move in and finish this before the boss decides to get serious and ends the party early.
Now, switcheroo! You didn't expect us to coordinate like this, did you? That's the power of humanity. We work together to overcome monsters like you, and today, that teamwork is going to be your downfall. Take this.